Everybody's talking about Brittany Broski and Free Palestine, and this isn't really about Brittany Broski. This is about influencers and whether they're obligated or not to speak on things like when a genocide is happening. And I've tried to make this video like 3 times, so just hear me out, man. I did not know that Anne Frank only wrote her diary because the government told her to. I thought that she was writing it in like a password journal kind of way where that's just what teenage girls do and so on. So she wrote a diary because she wanted to be a writer and she needed to practice. But in actuality, the government of Denmark or whatever state she belonged to or somebody in that government, someone made a broadcast and they were like, hey, if you're a Jewish person living under Nazi occupation, you should document your life. Like you should create some type of, journal or whatever so that it can live as a first person testimonial to what this kind of survival was. Because the people who sent out that broadcast understood that those kind of first person accounts would be very important historical documents. So they encouraged their citizens and their constituents to make them. So here goes Anne Frank. She's writing a diary. And after Anne Frank is murdered by Nazi violence in a concentration camp, her father, I think, finds the diary and publishes it, and now we all read it in the 6th grade. Reminds me of Mamie Till, Emmett Till's mother, who, after her son was beaten and murdered by white supremacist violence, she put her son's body on display, right? So that people could come and bear witness to what this fear, what this hatred does, not to our cities and our towns and our homes and our churches, but to our children. How it can mutilate the body of a child, right? That's the kind of vulnerability she had in one of the darkest moments of her life. Otto Frank as well, Anne Frank as well. The vulnerability they had to not only self-document, but to share that vulnerability with the rest of us. Just like the people in Palestine, across history, marginalized, oppressed people understand the value and the importance of visibility. Visibility as a resource. That's what the Palestinian people are asking for us to do right now, is to look, watch, talk about it. They're not asking anybody to become a PhD professional educating people on the long history. They're just asking you to look at what's happening right now, because anyone who can look at what's happening right now can see that bombing thousands of innocent civilians and killing thousands of children and injuring dozens and displacing millions is a bad thing for a government to do. They're not asking you to educate, they're asking you to look, because the situation is pretty cut and dry as it exists. They feel that confidently. But they don't have the luxury that so many people in the West take for granted, and especially these creators who want to get up and say, oh, my post can't do anything. You're so hyper visible that you take for granted what it means to have an audience listen to you. So much so that you're damning these people to die in silence because you won't give them a crumb of a platform. That's what it means to speak and say something. Not to become an expert, but to become a megaphone, to amplify. That's what these people are asking for, and it's a very easy thing to do. But to act like we can't see the traces of history where visibility matters, you're being ignorant. Anne Frank was not the only child to die in a concentration camp, I'm sorry to say it, and Emmett Till was not the only black boy to be lynched in America, I'm sorry to say it. But you know their names. Because of the vulnerability that they practiced and the people around them practiced, in order to bring their names and their stories forward as examples, as beacons for us to learn this lesson. And unfortunately, we had to learn the lesson with them in hindsight, because their lives were already taken from us. And in Anne Frank's case, the Holocaust happened already and it was already over by the time we started proliferating her story. But what's happening in Gaza is happening right now. It's happening right now. You can speak right now. They're asking you to speak right now. Nothing crazy even. So all this why are we asking influencers to speak? Because everyone should be speaking. It's very easy to speak. They're not asking you to be an extra. They're asking you to have a conscience. I thought that I was done, but I'm actually not done. The thing is, it's such a shame, and it's actually like really freaking pathetic to always have to be that, dang, can I get the watermelons? It's actually really pathetic to have to be the last person to your moral party every single time, that you don't feel comfortable saying Black Lives Matter till everybody's saying it, that you don't feel comfortable saying Me Too till everybody says it, trans lives till everybody says it, that you can't say Free Palestine till everybody says it, till the coast is clear, that you can't stand up in your morals until you're hidden and shrouded in the masses to the point where you can't face any personal accountability for your own values. Do you believe in nothing? I just feel like so many people are coming out of the closet, looking around, making sure that it's safe to say that they believe that genocide is bad. How are these people, how are these influencers supposed to be, you know what I mean? I mean, the suggestion in the title of the job is that you're leading trends, that you're, you know, kind of on the cutting edge of thought and style and whatever, but you're a follower. You're a coward. You can't use your influence for anything real. You understand what I'm saying? You're terrified to use your influence for anything real. And I've lost a lot of respect for the people that I once respected. I think creators, influencers understand the value of visibility because we monetize visibility. It's the fans, it's the consumers, it's the people who watch the videos who I think either don't want to have to hold their content creators, their loved ones accountable, or don't really understand, or don't, you know what I mean, whatever thing. They're the ones who actually need convincing. But the people who make this stuff, oh, they absolutely understand the value of being seen, because that's your bread and butter, that's your life, right? I mean, any brand can sign a check with enough zeros on it to get you to eat something on camera, put it on your skin, put it on your body, a product you don't give a fuck about, and you'll smile while you do it because the check look right. So, I mean, would a Palestinian person have to pay you to get on camera and smile like you care that a genocide is happening? Are your values, are your morals for sale? Did you have to wait 30 days into this atrocity for genocide to hit the trend cycle in the right way before you could say something about it? I think a lot of these people are absolutely disgusting. I just want to get the watermelons. That's going to be a bad soundbite.